Hey Sass Squad, welcome to the video. I hope everyone's doing well. I wanted to give you guys an update on a team I was running last season in the Master Premier League. It is Haxorus, Metagross, and Shadow Snorlax. So this team did really well for me last season, and it got me to rank 10. And while we've been experimenting a lot, we were pretty low on ELO, but even today we're around 2700 by the end of my stream I did earlier today. Okay, so the beginning of this match, we are facing Gyarados as Waterfall, and I always want to make sure it's what moveset it is before I decide if I'm going to switch in or out, because Waterfall, we will actually win this matchup as long as we keep launching energy. I actually got Best Buddy on my Haxorus since last season, so I'm running Best Buddy Haxorus in these sets instead of Best Buddy Metagross. And I think having the Best Buddy Haxorus is more important because CMP, I feel, matters more in the leads. So they're going to bring in Dragonite here. We do have energy, so I'm going to throw Dragon Claw, and I decided I'm just going to let my Haxorus die because I knew I could just bring in Metagross in on the Dragonite. I mean, we're gonna have to take a Hurricane here, but I think that was worth it because now they switch to their Metagross and we have our Shadow Snorlax in the back. By the way, this is a 12, 14, 14 IV Snorlax. I get asked all the time. I usually try to respond to comments as frequently as possible. Oh, by the way. So yeah, I'm gonna throw the superpower, and fortunately for me, I actually have enough. I'm able to just barely live with like 1 HP and throw double superpower. And we already had the Meteor Mash on the Metagross. So that is... It was still a little scary there because I had to do a little bit of farm down, but fortunately for us, that worked out really nicely. Alright, so in this next battle, we're going to see another Metagross lead. I mean, some of the most common leads in Master League Premier: Metagross, Magnet Zone, Gyarados, Dragonite, Togekiss. I mean, I guess Swampert as well has been, I've seen a lot. I mean, it feels like Snorlax too, but again, I feel like Dragonite, Togekiss, Metagross, some type of Steel type, I feel like these are very common leads for sure, and it makes sense to see a lot of Metagross leads when there's a lot of Dragonite and Togekiss, but the beautiful thing about having a Haxorus that's eligible for Master League, Dragon Dark typing is really good in this meta. And having the fighting fast move, again, allows it to win matchups that typically you wouldn't think it would win. Interesting enough, my opponent has a Haxorus in the back line, but fortunately we already have a bit of an energy lead, and we're going to be able to Dragon Claw their Haxorus before they can threaten us with another move. And in comes Metagross, so I'm gonna just launch my energy pretty much back to where we were. I think the interesting thing about this battle, I should have definitely switched out. Like, whenever I stayed in here with my Haxorus, that was a little I could have switched out. But fortunately for us, they tried to, again, we were pretty patient, and fortunately we didn't try to throw our energy, and yeah, close battles, really good games. Sorry, that was I'm like really out of it today, if I'm being straightforward. I wanted to put out this video because I've been kind of wanting to do this for the past couple days. These are actually sets from today, but I've had pretty good sets to demonstrate why I like this team every day thus far. But again, we are in a Dragonite scenario where I guess they didn't switch out, and okay, now they're switching into the Mamoswine. I think I decided to just take the Avalanche because I know I can bring in Haxorus, and I can pretty much go for a farm down if I shield their Avalanche. So, yeah, I guess I just want to get a lot of energy because they're going to bring Dragonite back in here most likely. Yeah, but unfortunate for me, I actually wasn't able to even use any of my energy, so in a way, I probably should have just thrown my energy on the Mamoswine, because that may have I think that might cost me the match here, if I'm not mistaken, because I think they shield this. I mean, I'm pretty close, but I think this is a match I end up losing. Yes. So, because I went for the farm down on the Mamoswine, like, in the moment, you know, I know it's possible, but it actually wasn't the right play. I should have definitely tried to use energy, because at least in that scenario, we could have maybe pressured a shield or maybe even knocked out for the avalanche. But again, really good games. Oh, but yeah, I'm kind of out of it because last night I was playing VGC and Pokemon Sword and Shield for like 8 hours straight after my stream. Anyways, we have Garchomp lead. This is a good lead for me personally. Most times Garchomp, when they lead, they are running Sand Tomb Outrage. If they're in the back line, they're usually double nuke, as in Outrage and Earthquake. But even if we fell for double Sand Tomb bait, we're still going to come out on top in this matchup. That was really weird, that lag. And maybe they were on the move, I'm not, I assume so. But it doesn't matter. I mean, we actually got the boost, which is pretty insane. So this Metagross, unfortunately, isn't going to appreciate getting hit by a Night Slash, so they switch out to Gyarados. And I take a moment here to see what its move is, and it is Waterfall, so I decided I'm not going to switch out. So essentially this person's team just got completely wrecked by my Haxorus when I got that boost. For the most part, I like, if we're going to talk about some nuance of why I picked certain things on this team, like Superpower on Snorlax. I think Superpower is actually pretty important to have in general on this team. Like, yeah, you could run Outrage, but I feel like the matchup, like, you might gain some Dragon matchups, which isn't necessary in my opinion, but you'll lose out on a lot of other matchups, like against the Steel types and the Mirror. I mean, I guess in the Mirror it's like whatever, but I personally prefer Superpower even with its downside. So okay, we realize this is a Waterfall Gyarados. Like I said, if it's Dragon Breath, we have to switch out. If it's not, we can actually stay in because we resist those Waterfalls and we're not really threatened by Aqua Jet. So they end up switching the Togekiss, which allows us to just bring in Metagross. See, I'm like so out of it right now, my brain. I bring in Metagross. I almost did it again. And obviously they're not going to shield, so I think I'm thinking I'm just going to let it go, and they end up going for the Aqua Tail, which allows us to get to a Meteor Mesh, which will threaten it, and they bring in Dragonite. I figured I'm probably in an alright scenario with Snorlax to still pull off a win here. I wasn't really sure what the move was, but man, I got hit by an Outrage there, and I was like, no. But then I remembered I had Dragon Claw on Haxorus, and there was no shield, so I switched out. Bam, we still won. So even though we took that Outrage, we were still able. Fortunately, we had the energy on Haxorus from earlier in the match. Yeah, so that was like a 4-1 I did on my stream earlier, but yeah, really solid team. IVs, again, for my Haxorus, 15, 14, 13. I'm actually running 14, 15, 14 on Metagross, and 12, 14, 14 on Snorlax. So probably not what you expected, but thank you guys for checking out this video. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, liking, disliking. Until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Consider catching me on Twitch. Until next time, the Sass Squad is getting stronger each and every day. You guys have a good morning, even after you maybe tune in. I'll catch you guys.